Hi everyone, in this video I'll be reading part 2 of the Flin-Fletchers Throw a Christmas Party, which is based on the show Phineas and Ferb. So part 2 I started sorry, it took me a minute. Part 2 was started June 26, 2025 at 7:05 p.m. So, now I don't normally do, where I've taken note of how long each part took me to write, but I tried something new. So, anyway, the group fills out their answers on their cards and puts their card in the middle of the group. Once they've all completed their cards, okay, right, Candace piles them up. So, like last time, says Candace, I'll read them all out, then we'll decide who said what. So, your answers were, 2 of you said gifts, and 3 of you said seeing their extended family. And lastly, someone said cuddling up with their Ducky Momo plushie and watching Christmas movies. Now it's time to guess. Isabella brings up, now I know he's the least likely person to write this, which is exactly why I think he wrote it. Says Isabella, to throw us off into thinking Candace wrote it, when in reality Buford wrote the one about Ducky Momo. Buford points out, don't get me wrong, Ducky Momo's cute, but too babyish for me. Isabella points out, well, I don't see Candace putting that down. I feel like she'd be too embarrassed to say that. Everyone agrees with Isabella. Buford admits, annoyed, fine, I'll take the card. Okay. But just so you know, you're wrong. Candace, prioritizing, says, and we're moving on now. Who do we think said spending time with their extended family? Now, to remind you, 3 people said that. Phineas theorizes, well, I think one of them is Candace. She probably really enjoys seeing our extended family. They all agree with Phineas, so Candace puts one of the cards in front of her on the ground with that answer on it. Candace asks, okay, so who else do we think put family on their card? I think, says Buford, Isabella said family as well. Phineas points out, no argument there. I can fully predict her writing family on her card. And no, I did not peek at your card, I swear. Isabella happily says, oh, thank you, Phineas. Okay, alright. Phineas flirtatiously says, you're welcome, Izzy. Isabella joyfully, aw, you gave me a nickname. Candace points out, okay, you 2 can be cute later. We gotta get back on task and figure out who the other person who wrote family was. Belgie guessing, I predict Ferb said the other family one. Everyone seconding that says, agreed. So Isabella and Ferb accept their cards and put them in front of themselves on the ground. Buford asks, that means Phineas and Belgie said gifts, right? Candace points out, looks like it. Hands them their cards. Cards are now face up on the ground in front of them. Belgie and Phineas, that is. Just like the rest of the cards. Buford points out, I knew Belgie was going to say gifts, because he had his eye on the newest science kit for kids. For months now. Baljeet, shocked, says, "Wait, you've been paying attention to that?" Buford points out, "It's more like you haven't shut up about it enough for me to not pick up on that. And less of me paying attention. But sure, you can choose to see it that way," says Buford. Baljeet says, "I'm so glad I got you to notice." Alright, MMJ, which is me, the author. 1 minute later, same location. Candace points out, "Alright, are we happy with our guesses?" All in unison say, "Yes." Candace happily says, "Good, so put your hand up if we got you right." Isabella puts hand up. I said family, shocked, looking around. "I'm the only one you guys got correct?" Everyone is equally shocked. Candace explains, "I'll go first. I said the Ducky Momo thing." And then Candace admits sadly, "Ducky Momo is my comfort plushie." Swaps cards with Buford. "And yes, I am embarrassed of my fandom over Ducky Momo. So, can we keep that between us?" Stacy's the only one who knows. They all agree to keep her secret. Candace points out, "For the record, I do enjoy seeing my extended family for Christmas too." All understandingly say, "Good." Candace understands, or Candace wonders, "So, Buford, do we have your card right now?" Buford explains, "Unfortunately, no. I was one of the two that put down gifts." Phineas allows, "Okay, we can swap cards." They then swap cards. "Great, now," Phineas happily says, "Great, now I have the right card. I'm one of the three that said family." Baljeet points out, "I guess it's down to me and Ferb." "So, if my calculations are correct," says Baljeet, right? Yes, that was Baljeet. Okay. "So, if my calculations are correct, and they probably are, me and Ferb need to swap cards." The two then swap cards. "Okay, so does everyone have the right cards now?" Ferb informs, "Yes. Also, I do enjoy seeing my extended family for Christmas, too. Just thought I should add... just thought I should clarify." Yeah, you would feel bad if you were, like, doing this and someone was like, "Oh, I like seeing my family," and you were like, "I like getting gifts." I feel like you would feel a little shamed about that because, I don't know. That's why I'm making the characters correct themselves, kind of thing. Anyway, so if my calculations are correct, and they probably are, says Baljeet, me and Ferb should swap cards. The two then swap cards. So does everyone have the right card now? Ferb informs, "Yes, I also do enjoy seeing my extended family for Christmas, too. Just thought I should clarify." All accepting say, "Good, we're glad." Candace, prioritizing, says, We all ready for the third and final question now?" All in unison say, "Yes." Candace hands out the sheets of paper. They all have a paper now. Candace reads the question aloud. "Answer this question on your card. Who would you like to get caught under the mistletoe with?" Phineas realizes, "Oh, so that's why you stopped them from saying who they were crushing on earlier. Oh." Now he realizes, oh, that's why she shut us up. Oh, there's a part 2 and 3. Okay. I completely forgot. Alright, so Candace rushingly says, "Yes, now write your answer on your card." Phineas understandingly says, "Okay, will do." Alright, so part 3 was written June, or part 2, Part 2 was completed June 27th, 2025 at 8:22 p.m. And so now we're on part 3. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching.